2. My name is Jana Munyala, and I would love to thank the faculty for this opportunity. Okay. Today I'm going to talk to you about imposter syndrome. Do you know what is that? Imposter syndrome? Anybody? Nothing. Lectures? Imposter syndrome. Yeah? Always being? Good try? Anybody else?
Maybe trying to fit in.
Trying to fit in? Anybody else?
When you don't think you deserve
100%. Say that louder so everybody can hear you.
when you don't think that you deserve somewhere or
Okay. Just to echo what she's saying, it's basically when you feel like you don't belong. And as women, and celebrating this day in science, we're highlighting that we don't have so many women in science. Okay, and why? Because maybe they don't feel like they belong here. All right. So we're gonna tackle this issue, which is called imposter syndrome. So according to the Harvard Business Review website, imposter syndrome can be defined as a collection of feelings of inadequacy and it's persistent despite evidence of success. So even if you feel like okay you've succeeded, you still feel like it's not enough. All right. So and most of us suffer from it. Anybody that always feels like they're deserving? There are times where we feel like we don't deserve what we have, or you're not enough. That feeling of inadequacy. I've felt it. Anybody else? All the hands or most of the hands go up. I see the lectures here are very on point. Huh? They don't feel any inadequacy, they don't have any fears at all. Huh? All right. So, imposters suffer from chronic self-doubt. All right. So, in a sense of intellectual fraudness. So you don't feel like you're legit. Okay. And to simply put it, it is the experience of feeling like you're not good enough. I reiterate. And you feel as though I hope. Okay. Let me just move in a bit. And feel as though at any moment you're going to be deemed inadequate. All right. And as women, I don't know right now because you're just coming out of high school, but from a professional level right now, I can tell you, you're gonna face a lot of challenges as a woman. You're gonna be deemed not enough. You're gonna be questioned about your education, and you're gonna be questioned about your abilities. Okay? So imposter syndrome is gonna come up now and then in your life. So you need to come up with certain things to help you be in line and be in check. All right. So I'm going to mention a few of those things that you could do to help you resolve all these fears, all these inadequacies and insecurities that will mushroom as you go through your journey in science. Okay. And because it's a male-dominated environment, you're normally going to find yourself isolated. And that's okay. I think the problem is we always want to look at it like, no, it's not fair that we're alone. But for the time being, while we're making sure everybody else joins us in this environment, it's okay to be alone. And break the ice, be that girl that makes you, that how do I put it? Be that girl that will encourage, that will motivate the next girl to want to join science, all right? So what do you do when you feel like an imposter, all right? So stop thinking like an imposter, number one, okay? Break the silence. Normally when you're quiet and you're just having your thoughts and you're not sharing your thoughts, the insecurities bottle up a lot, okay? So you'd start thinking, okay, should I ask the question in class? Should I not ask the question, or whatever be the case? So try as much as possible. Dare yourself to ask that question. If you don't understand, ask the lecturer. Okay. Now I love the fact that they introduce themselves in front here, so now you know them. All right. And if you can't ask in class, go an extra mile and go ask them in the office. Okay? So break the silence. Secondly, separate your feelings from fact. Sometimes, as much as you feel inadequate, the facts state that you are qualified. The facts state that you are good. Okay? You being accepted in the Faculty of Science means that you did something good in your grade 12. All right? So that already puts you at a certain level. Okay? So believe in yourselves. Another one is to recognize when you're feeling fraudulent. Recognize when you're feeling inadequate. Okay? And observe that feeling. Stay with it and then mantra on it. Like normally what I would tell myself is, I'd say little things like, it's okay if I don't know. It's okay if I don't know. I'll make plans to learn. Okay? If maybe I feel like, no, maybe this topic I'm not too sure about it. It's okay. I'll make provision to learn about it. All right? And we move on. Another one is to accentuate the positive. All right? So emphasize on positivity. Picture yourself, visualize yourself to be what you want to be, and hold on to those positive thoughts. Okay? Develop a new script. This is one thing about the human brain. You have a conscious mind and you have a subconscious mind. The conscious mind mostly is where you do conscious decisions, like, okay, fine, I want to move back right now. I've decided, so I'm going to move back. All right? Subconscious is normally, let's say, like when I'm walking. You're just walking, and to some point, if you drive, okay, sorry, I hope there are a few drivers here, but one day you will know that when you start to drive, first it's conscious. You're making conscious decisions. Let me put in the gear, put it back. But at some point, it goes to the subconscious and it becomes seamless. So it's normal. It's part of you now. Okay? So once you observe those two parts of your brain, conscious and subconscious, try to put the positive stuff on your subconscious. Make it a routine, to such intent the routine in your conscious, so that it can be imprinted on your subconscious. Okay? And it becomes seamless to just be excellent. And it becomes seamless to just stand out. Okay? And then you don't hold back. All right? Okay. So, in a nutshell, it's normal to feel like an imposter. Right? Nonetheless, you should have faith in your abilities, and you should keep getting better and be kind to yourself. So when you take on all these I almost said projects because I work on a lot of projects. When you take on your degree, be kind to yourself. It's okay not to know. Okay? And be bold enough to take an extra step to learn, to know. Okay? Despite the challenges, be bold enough to go an extra mile. I'd like to leave you with two quotes. Okay? One from Coach Carter. It was a movie that played long time ago, a basketball movie. And another one from the late Kobe Bryant. Okay? So the one from Coach Carter says, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate, but our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light that most frightens us, not our darkness. Okay? So keep telling yourself, yes, I'm afraid of my light, but it's okay. I'm going to make it anyway. I will shine bright. And from Kobe Bryant, he says, be unapologetically great. Unapologetically great. Don't be sorry. Okay? So in a nutshell, that is imposter syndrome, and don't let it get to you that much.